This was are you facing the one guy? What do you think about either side?
Oh, is that?
Anybody right here?
Just waiting on Bell, right?
Good man. Good man. How you doing? How you doing?
How are you?
What about Pat?
For the we got it.
You get the cross. If we're just closer, we cross it. You can't because you're in broadcast. You want to cross that back? Yeah. You want to be like.
Pretty generic. Palacios is definitely very heavy. Big underdog last time out.
2 shots.
So it's like,
Okay. 3 minutes. Oh.
Right now? We have 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, but we don't need to like. They're gonna reset. They haven't even done undercard yet, right?
You can bounce for a minute. I think
Are they coming up to us?
Are they coming up?
Yeah.
Never seen her before.
New girl. I don't know who it is.
Oh, yeah, she got to be on the side. I've never seen her.
See, people, they like the light is so different, bro.
We gotta take you to some spots after the fight. You gotta get posed or something.
They got some good spots.
Yeah, they got some good spots.
Did not go on air. I mean, the fighters took them.
It's an option thing. I'm fine with them there because you see them in the background.
Open the show up over there, then we'll come to you. So about 5 minutes.
Well, welcome everybody to the final press conference for Saturday's show, which will be headlined by the homecoming of 135-pound champion Abdullah Mason. Will take on the undefeated lightweight contender Alvaro. This will be the first event in the new monthly series between DAZN and TNT, which will bring the fight to audiences on TNT's linear platform and continue to stream these fights globally on DAZN. TNT has put together its own impressive talent lineup. You got former pound-for-pound king Terrence Crawford, you have the Hall of Famer Tim Bradley, and two-time welterweight champion Sean Porter, who will be part of what should be outstanding pre- and post-fight coverage. And of course, on the cards, you've got the guy that won a reality TV show 35 years ago, Sergio Juan. He'd like to remind you, 10 million people watched that show. A lot of the tickets that are being sold right now are for Abdullah Mason. Tickets still available over at Ticketmaster.com. But there was a lot of interest in this undercard as well, which will include two other Masons. Abdurrahman Mason, 2-0 as a super featherweight, and Ibrahim, who is also 2-0 in his career at lightweight. I think your father is going to be very busy going back and forth on the ring on fight night. And to open the show, we have the heavy-handed Scooter Davis taking on the veteran Carlos Ramos. We have all the fighters here up here on the stage. We're going to hear from all of them. But first, to my left, Carl Rene, Vice President over at Top Rank. Carl, it's been, I believe, 20 years since there was the last championship fight here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's also been, I should note, nearly a century since Max Schmeling fought young Sibley.
I gave you that.
You did give me that note. It's a pretty good one. And you
Bob promoted it.
Bob promoted that fight, right. 1931, Bob. I believe you were there. Still a young man back in those days. That was an electric fight back then. I know you're expecting a pretty good night here in Cleveland on Saturday.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks to Cleveland and all of the OH10 for coming out and showing support to this show. First, a quick public service announcement, as Chris alluded to. There are no more comp tickets, so stop asking. The box office is open, reasonably priced. The way this is going, it's going to sell out. Everybody's on some gate money here, so we'd appreciate your support. But you know, you lead it off with the Mason brothers, 1-2 coming up, and then the next one we call him. Half of DC will probably be here with Scooter, Shark, Season Davis coming out. What you want to see, a great prospect fighting a veteran who, you know, will give him everything he needs. A great team around him with his parents, Barry Hunter and the guys, some headbangers in DC. So all in all, it's a great night. It's not just Abdullah.
Yeah, a lot of great fights here on the card. I want to start down the ends with the Masons. This is a Mason Brothers show on Saturday that begins with the two of you. Abdurrahman, 2-0 now in the super featherweight division. How are you feeling about this homecoming fight, and kind of what are you hoping to show in an event like this?
First, I want to say thank you to my brother, to Top Rank, my dad, to anybody else that made this happen. I'm looking to put on a performance. You know, I'm grateful to be here. This is going to be my first one on TV, so I'm looking to do my thing.
You know, you guys have been training together, I'm sure, for some time. You've been boxing together since you were very young, but is there a little bit of extra juice when you're all fighting on the same card like this?
Usually it is, yeah. We had a couple times all of us fight together on the card, so yeah.
What do you think that people are going to be saying about you after this fight?
You're gonna have to wait and see.
Something special, maybe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ibrahim, we'll turn to you. Kind of the same question, like being on the same card with your brothers, being back here, fighting at home in Cleveland, Ohio. Is there a little bit of extra juice in a fight like this?
For sure. We've been working towards something like this for a while. It's finally here, and we excited to just put on the show for Cleveland.
You guys are all kind of around the same weight divisions, roughly. When you get into training, how much sparring is there done together? How much work is there done together?
We don't spar too much. We don't be blooding each other up or nothing, but we touch around. It's definitely like 5 eyes on one person, on every person. So that's the good thing about all of us training together.
You're all looking to perform on DAZN, on TNT. Is there any competition, maybe, for who's going to have the best performance of the night?
We all focused on our fights. I would just say that. We all focused to put on the show.
I'll ask you the same question. After a fight like this, a lot of eyeballs on you, a lot of people inside the Wolstein Center, a lot of people watching worldwide. What do you hope that people are saying about you after a fight like this?
Something like that. But I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just excited for Saturday to put on the show. I'm pretty sure all of the fighters, or most of them, feel the same way about Saturday. So we going out there and performing.
All right, good luck to both of you on Saturday. Open up the show here in
Appreciate that.
Carlos Ramos, you'll open up the main part of the broadcast on Saturday night. Coming in, taking on Scooter Davis here. What are you feeling now going into this fight?
Hola, buenas tardes. Primero quiero agradecer a Abdurrahman por esta oportunidad. Estoy concentrado y muy bien preparado para esta pelea. He hecho un gran sparring, un gran campamento y estoy listo para el 4 de julio salir con una victoria.
Good afternoon to everyone. First of all, thank you to Top Rank for the opportunity. I am very concentrated and I'm very well prepared for this fight. We've had great sparring, we've had a great camp, and I'm ready to walk away with the victory on July 4th.
Your advantage coming into this fight is probably experience. You've boxed, I think, 5 times as many rounds as Scooter Davis. Can experience be an advantage for you in this fight?
Sí, la experiencia es una gran ventaja para mí en este combate. Tengo que trabajar sobre mi experiencia y la verdad estoy listo para todo lo que venga. Estoy listo para esta pelea con Deric Davis.
Yes, the experience will give me a great advantage and I need to build on that experience. And so I'm ready for anything that comes and I'm ready to fight against Deric Davis.
Well, and it says, I can't wait for the fight to start, I'm going to kick his ass.
Scooter. Well, along those lines, Carlos, what do you have to do? I'm sure there's a lot of things you've been working on in this camp, but what do you have to do to beat this man on Saturday?
Sí, estoy enfocado, tengo que trabajar bien sobre el trabajo que se ha hecho en el gimnasio, en los sparring. Tengo que no salirme del plan de trabajo y estar serio desde el primero hasta el 8º round y dar una guerra para poder salir con la victoria.
Yes, I have to be focused. I have to work on what was done in the gym, on the sparring that I've done. I cannot deviate from the game plan, and I have to be on top of everything from the 1st round until the 8th round, and be ready to give a war in order to walk away with the victory.
You said you're ready to give a war. Do you think you can stop him?
Sí, obviamente. Tengo varios caos en mi carrera y yo creo que si todo sale como yo tengo pensado, pues el KO llega solo y claro que sí puede llevar un knockout.
Yes, obviously, because I have various knockouts in my career, and I think that can happen if all goes as I have planned it, and the knockout will come by itself. But yes, of course, I can knock him out.
Good luck to you on Saturday, Carlos. Scooter, we'll turn over to you. I want to get to that knockout stuff, but quick turnaround for you. 70 days, I think it is, between your last 2 fights. How are you feeling physically going into this fight?
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for just bringing me here. I'm a kid from DC, and I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, from the Top Rank, the Zone, TNT. Hey man, I'm ready to do my thing. I had a nice long camp. Took a couple of days off after the fight just to get my body together, but I'm ready to do this thing, man. It's time to shock city.
You were in, I believe it was kind of a 50-50 fight last time out, and you showed out in that fight. What do you think you showed people in that last performance?
I showed that I'm able to go rounds. I'm showed that I have different things in my bag. I can box, I can bang, I can use my ring generalships. I have IQ, I listen to my trainers, I can do anything in the ring.
You see, you've had a full camp going to this. You had a chance to study this man, Carlos Ramos. What do you see when you watch him?
Man, we ain't gonna give him too much. Man, we just gonna do our thing, man. We're gonna stick to the game plan. Coach Barry Hunter, Patrice Harris, Boogie Harris, James Harris. And Joshua Parker, man, they put in a great amount of work in the gym for me, put a hell of a game plan for me, so I'm gonna implement what I do, and I'm gonna beat a shot. That's what we do.
Yeah, I saw Barry and you earlier in the day. Barry, very complimentary of what he's seen from you so far. What has it meant to you kind of working under him? What have you learned in your professional ranks?
I've been with Barry since the age of 10, man. He always just said I was special. And he just always wanted to keep that toolage under him. And I appreciate him for just taking the time out just to see a young kid and say, I'm gonna put, you know, say all this knowledge into him. I'm ready to do my thing. Like, it is what it is. He said he can stop me. So he got a little bit too much dip on his chip, but it's cool.
It sounds like he's preparing for a war in the ring to open the show. Is that the kind of fight you're preparing for?
I'm preparing for a win. I'm preparing for a spectacular, dominant performance. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're the guy from DC on this card. Did you steal the show from all the guys from Cleveland?
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I know this is y'all hometown, but I'm coming to steal the show. I know y'all do.
All right, Scooter, good luck to you on Saturday as well. Good luck to everybody up here on the stage. We're going to take some pictures with these guys, reset, and come back with the main event press conference.
Back up. Right. Put the girls up front, Mikey. That's good. Look right at Mikey, guys. Face off, Mikey. Here. Good. All right, Carlos.
First for the cameras. Forward. Para las cámaras.
Got it.
Tiger and 5. Tiger and 5.
time, everyone, for the main event portion of the press conference and the reason that we are here in Northeast Ohio. Last November, Abdullah Mason not only became boxing's youngest world champion when he knocked off Sam Nokes, he also became Cleveland's first title holder since Mickey Bay held a piece of the 135 crown back in 2014. Now everyone at Top Rank sees a future star in Abdullah, but he's going to have to prove it on Saturday night against Albert Bell, undefeated, longtime contender in this weight class, who wins most of his fights either by knockout or by shutout. We also have a couple of other excellent fights on this undercard. Bruce Shoo Shoo Carrington, one of the best young fighters in all of boxing. He will make the first defense of his 126-pound title against Rene Palacios. And Tiger Johnson, another Cleveland native, fast-rising welterweight contender. He will take on undefeated Christopher Guerrero. Tickets to this event at the Wolstein Center are on sale now over at Ticketmaster.com. If you can't be here on Fight Night, you can watch live on TNT over in the US or globally on DAZN. We've got most of the fighters up here on the stage. I want to introduce the two fighters that are fighting in the main event. First up, the challenger, undefeated from Toledo. He is Albert Prince Bell. And next up we have the defending champion making the first defense of his 135-pound championship, the youngest world champion in boxing today, the undefeated Abdullah Mason. Yeah. Up here on the stage, plenty of gold up here on the stage as well with these championship belts. It's going to be a great show beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 Pacific on TNT and DAZN. And Carl, this is what it's all about, right? You've got world champions up here in world title defenses. A young man, Abdullah Mason, making his homecoming in front of a packed house here in Cleveland. It's pretty much as good as it gets.
It is, and to prove that, the combined record of all these guys is 117-0 with 1 draw and 53 knockouts. So 3 guys are going away with something on their mark. But it's a credit to all of them to fight that kind of quality opposition on this type of show, and we can't wait for it.
Yeah, some great fights right from the very beginning. And I want to start to my left, Christopher Guerrero, who will take on Tiger Johnson. And Christopher, Tiger Johnson is the undefeated prospect. You are also undefeated. I'm sure you also believe that you belong amongst the names of the very best in your weight class. How are you feeling going into this fight?
First off, I want to thank Top Rank and everyone that put together this thing to give me this opportunity. Yeah, I feel great. I feel amazing. I feel it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good night.
So what do you have to do to win a fight like this? Going into somebody's backyard, fighting an Olympian like Tiger Johnson, what are the musts that you have to do?
You just got to remain calm, got to remain confident and just don't block out all the noise, You hear the chirps, you hear everything, so just block it out and just keep going.
There's plenty of footage out there about Tiger Johnson, from the Olympics, the pro ranks now. When you watch that footage of him, what do you see?
I see a good, great opponent, a valiant opponent, we got to get ready for this. We got to get ready for this. We have to get ready for him the best way we could, and I'll be ready Saturday.
So how do you see this fight playing out on Saturday?
Need victorious, for sure.
All right, well, good luck to you, Christopher. Saturday night, Christopher Guerrero, undefeated, trying to keep that perfect record. And he'll try to do it against Tiger Johnson, 2020 U.S. Olympian, also undefeated, and also from right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tiger, we've talked a lot about the Masons, but this is your backyard here as well. How are you feeling about making this fight here in Cleveland?
Oh no, man, I feel good, man. I want to give a huge shout out to Top Rank. Huge shout out to Bob Brown. My manager, David Waters, and man, I feel good, man. This is a dream come true. Outside of my Olympic dream, I wanted to always fight in Cleveland in front of my friends and family. So, we're gonna put on the show Saturday.
Last time out, you were in something of a 50-50 fight going into it, and you put out maybe your best performance, one of your best performances of your career. What do you think you showed in that last fight?
I mean, they say it was a 50-50 fight. I told y'all what I was gonna do. I told Paulie, I told Chris Algieri I was gonna knock him out, and everybody was sleeping on me, so I had to sleep him to show everybody to stop sleeping on me.
You're going up against an undefeated guy in Christopher Guerrero. I asked him what he saw when he watched you. What do you see when you watch him?
He's 16-0 for a reason. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't believe there's nobody in my division that's talented as me and has the abilities that I got. So I'm here to prove again Saturday why I'm the best at what's right.
Well, along those lines, you're itching to get that first world title fight. You're climbing the rankings. How close do you think you are to getting that opportunity?
I feel like I'm real close. But we gotta take care of business Saturday, and then we'll worry about that after.
You said you told the commentators going into the last fight that you were going to win that fight by knockout. How are you going to win this fight?
Same thing. I'm going there and have fun. Listen to my team. We had a very good camp. We worked on, a lot of things from my last fight, and we're gonna keep improving each fight. We're gonna go in there and have fun.
All right. Good luck to you on Saturday, Tiger.
Also, too, I want to give a huge shout out to someone who played a big impact in my life. Coach Rene. So, he was my Olympian coach. He played a big part in my life, man. So, huge shout out to Coach Sappho.
All right. Rene Palacios, over here to my left. Your first world title fight, your first scheduled 12-round fight. How are you feeling going into this one?
Primero que nada, muchas gracias a todos aquí, el público, a la prensa por estar presentes, también a Abdurrahman, a Mauricio Solimán, Chuchu, por darme la oportunidad de estar aquí compitiendo el título del mundo, y principalmente a Dios por darme la oportunidad de estar aquí. Estoy muy contento, estoy muy feliz, me siento demasiado entusiasmado porque si llega el día, así que nos vemos el día 4 de julio.
First of all, thanks to all the people here, thanks to all the media, thank you to Top Rank, Mauricio Suleiman, and of course to Shushu for giving me the opportunity at this world title. And of course, above all, I want to thank God because I'm here today. I feel happy, I feel enthused because the day is coming where I will fight for a world title.
You were a big underdog in your last fight, and you came away with the win. You're a big underdog going into this fight. Do you think you're being underestimated again?
Sí, sí pasa. Yo creo que así pasó mi pelea pasada, pero vengo listo, estoy preparado para lo que sea. Mentalmente vengo fuertísimo, hice un campamento impresionante, espectacular, perfecto. Entonces, yo sé que el día 4 de julio es el día de la independencia, lo respeto mucho, pero esa noche se va a escuchar el grito mexicano.
Yes, that's what happened in my last fight, that's what's happening in this fight. And yes, I'm ready for everything. I come mentally strong, I had an impressive camp, a spectacular camp, and I know that the 4th of July is the Independence Day here in the United States, and I respect that, but Mexico will win on Saturday.
Shushu's coming off that world title win over Carlos Castro back in January. Did you see things in that fight that you think you can take advantage of?
Claro, como todos, yo creo que hay cosas que mejorar, hay cosas que ver del rival, siempre hay algo que corregirse, hemos visto sus errores, hay que seguir el plan de trabajo como lo hicimos en el campamento, pero estamos listos.
Yes, of course, like all fighters, there are things that you can improve on, things that you can see in your opponent, there are some things that you can correct. We've seen those errors, and so we're going to stick to that game plan and work on that on fight night.
All right, good luck to you, Rene, on Saturday. Shushu, will turn to you. Got that green belt, Carrington. Everywhere I see you, proud champion right now. Deservedly so. When you look back at that win you had against Castro back in January, how do you feel about it now? How do you think that performance went for you?
The performance went exactly how it was supposed to. We had a great training camp throughout that fight, and we executed. Everything that we wanted to do in that fight, we were able to do, break them down, and get the victory the way we got it. But as of right now, and I'm just looking forward to this Saturday. I got my mind focused on this opponent that I have coming up with me right now. with him, Rene Palacios, he's a good fighter. I like to challenge myself. You know, there was a lot of guys that Carl will tell you that didn't accept this fight. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Rene Palacios, he took it quickly, and I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? I see that he fights with his heart in his sleeve. His style is challenging. I'm looking forward to it.
Carl, you want to go down the list?
We don't have enough time, but as I mentioned in the initial press conference, and I believe Shushu's the best story of the year, and will, I think, continue to be that. You know, looking back at that night in January at Madison Square Garden, he lives 11 miles from Madison Square Garden in Brownsville, and a lot of people don't get out of Brownsville. But to get out of Brownsville and do what he did and win the title that night is just the best story of boxing that keeps going. And to reward him, we put him in with a 19-0 southpaw puncher from Mexico to celebrate that. So, but he had, you know, he'll fight anybody in the division. Rene stepped up and took the challenge, and here we are.
Shushu, to me, what was most impressive about that win was you had to go through adversity to get it. You had to walk through fire a little bit to get that win. You closed the show spectacularly. What did you learn from that experience last January?
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't too much that I learned because it was something that I already seen in myself that others just haven't seen. I had that championship mentality. You know, I've been through adversity all of my life. Just coming up from Brownsville, losing my brother, plenty of other things that I've gone through in life. All the losses that I put on myself, self-sabotaging, and then praying to God and getting over those things. That's the real journey and fights in life, you know what I'm saying? So me going through all of that, I knew I was gonna be able to go through something small like that inside the ring, conquer that, and then become victorious. So it was nothing to me.
You've got one belt now, 126-pound division. You made it clear to everyone that you want all four. You want to be undisputed at 126. What kind of message do you want to send to the rest of this division on Saturday?
Man, to be honest, I'm not really focused on the future right now. I'm focused on this Saturday. I'm focused on getting through Rene Palacios, and then once that day comes, that day is gonna come. I also want to kind of touch base on a little something. Big shout out to Alvaro, Brooklyn in the house. Hey man, I was a little disappointed last time press conference, man, when I mentioned the Bone Thugs and Harmony in New York with Biggie, the collab we've been doing this. How you didn't know that collaboration, man?
I'm a white guy from Boston.
You gotta know Biggie and Bone Thugs. Whereas this has always been Brooklyn, it's always been New York, and it's always been Cleveland, baby. Hey, listen, I'm super happy to bring that collaboration back to the city. And it's the Shushu show, man. We're gonna perform, we're gonna have a great time, and I can't wait to see y'all.
Good luck to Shushu. Always entertaining in the ring. Looking forward to seeing you back in action on Saturday night. Albert Bell stepping up and stepping in for this fight. Victory representing Albert. I want to ask you first, when you got the call to take on this fight, Albert was preparing for a showdown against Andy Cruz, July 18th. What was your reaction when this opportunity came up?
It's something that, you know, I called him immediately, talked, and said he wanted to talk to, you know, his dad about it, his head trainer. And, you know, he called me back and said, you know, man, I'm ready. You know, he's in Colorado Springs already. He already, you know, he's been training. And he said, let's go. You know, now if he tells me that he's confident in this, then I'm confident because I know what he can do and others do as well.
So what was, I guess, your feeling? You know, what you asked him what his feeling was, his dad, very different type of opponent. I mean, Andy Cruz fights one way, Abdullah Mason fights the other. One was a title eliminator, right. Now it's for the full title. What was going through your mind as this
I mean, it's a long, skipping the eliminator, going straight to the title. I mean, Abdullah, you know, we know Abdullah is a phenom, you know, and so you kind of, you know, you think for a second, but again, if he tells me I can do it, I'm gonna believe him because I've seen him in the ring. And I mean, I feel like the big question here is Albert Bell really that guy? You know, he's been avoided. He got the #1 in the WBO. He was #1 for over a year, and he's avoided. He's been avoided by everybody at 130 pounds from 2020 and 2019 on after he beat Andy Benson. So. The question is Albert Bell really like that? And he's going to show it on Saturday, when we hear in the news.
All right, Albert, we'll turn to you. When you got this call, you were preparing to fight Andy Cruz. What was your thinking as you were trying to make this decision?
I mean, it caught me by surprise, you know. it was an ideal opponent for me. You know, I didn't really have thoughts on fighting Abdullah, like especially the time zone. But everything made sense, you know. So talked to my pops about it. Talked to the Masons, and stepped in. You know, set the card, get my world title opportunity. You know what I mean, and put on the show for all of Ohio.
You're preparing to face Andy Cruz, who fights a certain style. Abdullah fights another style. How many changes did you have to make in the last couple of weeks you've been preparing for this?
I mean, it's boxing. We at the top level. We've been in there with all the styles in the world. You know, Cruz do fight a more moving style. I got some experience with Abdullah already, so just tailored the adjustments to that, and really just about being in shape and being prepared. You know, boxing is all about adjustments.
You know, a lot of people, when this fight was announced, look at your record, look how long you've been around, and wonder, why has this guy not gotten this kind of opportunity before? How would you answer that?
I mean, I get turned down by a lot of guys. I'm not saying that in a cocky way or like a boogeyman or nothing like that, but a lot of guys say, no, when I crossed the table, I would have been had the name that I was supposed to have, but was delayed, is not denied, and we're here now, so that's all that matters.
You were once, I believe, promoted for a while by Top Rank. Is there any motivation to knock off one of their best guys?
Man, me and Top Rank, we always had a good relationship. Shout out to Bob Aaron for giving me a chance all the way back then, promoted with me for years. You know, it just, it was an amicable split, and it made sense. It's a full circle moment that we're here fighting for Top Rank for the WBO title that I was been trying to get at a different weight class, but like I said, it's a full circle moment, and we're here now. We're happy for it, we're thankful, and we're grateful.
So you're not going to reveal your entire game plan, but what do you need to do to beat this man on Saturday?
Just be the best version of myself. I know he's coming to be the best version of himself. He's prepared, I'm prepared. We're ready to be two top fighters, we're professionals. We both Ohioans, we got history with each other, and it's going to be a show for sure.
A little bit of extra juice, Toledo versus Cleveland, does that add a little bit of something to it?
As far as the city's probably wise, but between me and him, I don't really think it's all like that, you know. It's not a fight where we got to talk stuff and brag, you know what I mean? We know what we got to do when we get in there, and it's gonna be a great fight for sure.
All right, looking forward to it, Albert. Abdullah, from Riyadh to Cleveland, making your first defense of this 135-pound title. You're gonna do it in a packed house at the Wolstein Center on Saturday night. You've been fighting in the Cleveland area before, but now headlining as a world champion. Is there something a little bit special about that?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, it's something that me and my brother's been looking forward to doing since we were amateurs. We fought on the same card a few times as amateurs, and all of us together, we did it, you know, on the last show that my father threw here in Cleveland, and it was huge. And at that time, he was like, yo, you know, we do this on a professional level. It's gonna be big for Cleveland, and you know, this is it's big for not only Cleveland now, but it's on TNT, so this is a national stage, you know, a world stage, the zone, and I'm just excited to be able to put this show on with two of my brothers on the card.
Have you felt that since you've been back, how big a deal this is for Cleveland as you've been back in the city?
Yeah, for sure. Not just for this fight, but leading up to this fight, you know, my past 10, 15 fights, every time I have a fight, you know, I go out to another city and, you know, perform there, I come back, they say, man, when you gonna fight in Cleveland? When you gonna fight in Cleveland? Next fight, when you gonna fight in Cleveland? You know, for the World Championship, when you gonna fight in Cleveland? So it's finally here, and I'm excited for it. You know, so Cleveland gonna show up, and we're gonna do our thing as we always do.
21 years old, you go over to Riyadh and fight an experienced guy in Sam Noakes. You have to dig deep to get the win that night. How much better are you as a fighter because of that experience?
I feel like it was definitely a much needed experience, and that's not a type of fight that you fight all the time in your career. You know, that's something I felt like I had to do that night. You know, each night is different, and it definitely, you know, gave me some insight on how I go about the rest of my fights in my career. So it was definitely a well-needed experience and a great fight.
So you've been, or you were, for a couple of months preparing for Joe Cordina, who fights a certain style. And you get a phone call, say, Joe Cordina can't fight, can't get into the U.S. But we got Albert Bell here. What was your response to that?
It was definitely unexpected. You know, Albert Bell, that's our guy. You know, from Toledo. But you know, it's boxing. You got to be prepared for anything. And I'm prepared to come out on top. Everything happens for a reason. And one thing I do want to say is I'm the youngest world champion in boxing for a reason. And I'm prepared to, you know, show that when I step in the ring.
when you're younger in the amateur ranks, you're gonna fight all different types of guys, all different types of styles. But how much change do you have to make to prepare for Albert Bell after preparing for Joe Cordino?
I mean, boxing is it's offense, it's defense, it's IQ, and you got to put it together, tailor to the person you step in the ring with. So I know that with an opponent switch, I just got to tailor it to the person I'm stepping who's across the ring from me. And that's Albert Bell. It sounds weird when I say it now, but it's Albert Bell. So fight night, I'm prepared to do what I got to do to come out on top.
How do you expect this fight to play out?
We're gonna see Saturday. Make sure y'all tune in. It's gonna be definitely an exciting fight show. The first time boxing has been on TNT, and me, my brothers, everybody, Tiger, we ready to get it on.
You're gonna be ringside watching your brothers. You're gonna be able. How do you handle that? How do you handle that?
This is the first time it's happened in the pro, so I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, but we ready to step in there and come out with a dub.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Abdullah, Albert, everybody here on stage on Saturday. Carl, would you like to have a final word?
Sure. Just shout out to Albert Bell and his team for accepting this late challenge. We're not going to ask him to trim that beard. Try that last time. It turned out so good, so you're good with that. But, you mentioned that Abdullah's the youngest world champion in boxing, and he is, but at the end of the day, he's a fighter. This is what fighters do. If there's a change, he fights. We would have gotten a welterweight, he wouldn't have cared, but that's what Abdullah is. He's a fighter, and we're all going to see a lot of this on Saturday night.
All right, excited to see everybody here on stage on Saturday. We're going to face these guys off, take some pictures. We'll be back here on Friday for the weigh-in. And again, Wolstein Center, Saturday night, live on DAZN and TNT in the U.S. You don't want to miss it.
Time to eat, shoot. It's almost dinner time. It's almost dinner time, shoot. Yeah.
Gracias. Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, he think it's the game. We don't believe him. He got on shades. He got his eyes closed. He got on shades. His eyes closed. Look him in the eye.
Step back a little bit, guys. Get a little closer. It only works.
Full body.
Good. Hey, going on? Gabe, can you grab that? Over to someone for the fight. Hey.
Yeah, go on this side. Come on. Yeah, that's what happened. Highlight. I don't want to see Oh, what? Split it, yes, sir.
I don't remember when I was out there with I ain't played ping pong since I beat you.
Right here. Thanks, Keith. Making that up, man. How about that?
It's a big deal to win a title, to win a belt like that. And it's going to have my first title defense in the 250th anniversary of our independence. It's very
Watching you, watching me. That's awesome. 30 years.
Excuse me.
Was probably about 8-9 months ago in the top rank. About $1 million a week. What he makes. Yeah, so I told him, a lot of people, I never heard of numbers like that. So you might want to have somebody check whoever is killing you.
Keep double line shotgun.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to get a picture with you. Left there.
3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. You're welcome.
I started this website trying to get in contact with
I didn't say this up,
Why do you think I don't know? Let me get a picture. It's
Sorry.
You got some good ones? Will be tomorrow?
They were trying to go tonight?
I appreciate you, Bob. What was the last time you been?
Come on, last year when Jim Brown was a great football Memorials.
Oh yeah.
And they had me make a speech.
You know Jim? What? I ain't know that. For real? Yeah. I ain't know that.
This is great. No, I knew they was friends though. Ali and Jim Brown. I ain't know that. That's crazy.
Jim Brown called Bob up.
Oh, right. You know what? I think I did read that. Dang, that's crazy. You have a jersey? Okay. You have like jerseys? Really? That's crazy. I always wanted to meet Jim Brown.
I'm gonna hell of a guy.
Yeah. Did you ever you never had anybody share?
I don't remember. I don't think it's
Kelly Pepper. It's Kelly Pepper.
No, Kelly. I mean, that was a good venue.
Yeah, yes, we got started.
You know, everybody has.
Saturday's gonna be. You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna like it. I appreciate you.
I said about you just in time for the lead off.
On your website, the goal is to help small and regional fight
I thought I was cool.
What happened to you, man? Rupture my knees. Fell on stairs. I had a blood clot in my heart and I passed out. You alright? It be hard mentally sometimes. Take some cayenne pepper. Somebody told me that for real. Like, seriously. I've been reading the Dr. Savy book. I bought it on Amazon, so I've been trying to eat healthier now, bro.
I wake up in the morning, I'm dehydrated right now, but I wake up in the morning, I have cayenne pepper, lemon, salt, 16-ounce water. If I do anything.
I know I'm young. I guess I feel when I'm young, I got times like, no, you gotta take care of your body now. Like, I learned the hard way, and they said it came from like being on the planes, always traveling so much. You know, on the planes, I don't move much, and then I go to sleep, not moving around. So like they said, that's how blood clots develop. And then stressing a lot and shit like that, not eating properly.
Like I'm on a walk tonight, so I hydrate myself.
I know, like every time you always take a walk. You always like moving and stuff. These days I just sleep in the hotel until it's time to work. They're like, you just do that, bro. You gotta be active and you young.
So I go to yoga and everything.
Gas it up.
I've been trying to do meditation and stuff.
Yeah, I do all that.
Well, I am at.
Yeah, so he's working his way in.
It's alright.
He's like 55, right? He got a new knee. His face was bothering him for 5 years. Arthritis. Yeah. Or not arthritis, it's cartilage that was arthritis. He got
I walked here because I was like, let me get a nice tour of me.
I got like a butt.
I mean, I'm not like doctor did it. I told him I'm 94. I can't walk anymore.
When I came in this morning.
Don't worry.
How long has it been?
I got it in January.
Oh, same thing happened to me. But
I mean, I know you're doing this, but I mean, you doing anything else?
We have
get some coffee.
very, very close friend. He lives right outside of this town. We celebrated his 100th birthday last March, and he has this big property. And so he's going to get fireworks and everything on Sunday. So he invited my wife.
Here's the story.
Okay. That's funny because my ex-girlfriend had an aunt.
Beginning of his 93rd year, his father
He wanted to do a birthday party for her. You know what she said? I'll do it next year.
And he went to Arizona, and then he transferred to Kentucky. And then
I said, wow, I mean, she has a lot of confidence. She was here next year.
Block shots.
And we did it.
And he's perfect for it because he blocks shots. That's his thing.
She said that my I'm sorry when the others
Yes, sir.
It's for Al.
Joy Taylor.
When she said she comes next year, tell everybody.
This is a fantastic thing you're doing for Cleveland. Cleveland hasn't seen any real professional boxing in years.
Right. Richard. I'm glad you're watching, man. Share. Tell people to give people to subscribe.
and Witness stepped on Ali's foot, and Ali went down, and that gave Sylvester Stallone inspiration for Rocky.
So then y'all was consciously saying, yeah, but you can see this.
Wow.
Well, you were
It was the fight, I think 74.
Wow. Yeah, that was wonderful.
All right, well, I'm not going to keep...
Good job.
Oh, I know.
Get a picture with the legend.
How you been doing, sir?
Shot.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Yeah, I did the PA and you know, yesterday at the workout, so that was good. They like that, because that's something to get to
I just said the same thing.
Got it.
I can be right there.
I know there's one fan who's definitely rooting for you, and that's Miss Flossie Mae Carrington.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Nate. Yeah, same.
How you doing, man? I appreciate all the support. You know, I know you're rooting for me back at home. You know, I haven't met her yet, have I? Very looking forward to meeting you. You know, next time we fight in New York or next time we go to New York, definitely gotta come to Brownsville and meet you. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So this is my first time out here in Cleveland. You know what I mean? For me and anybody else that come out here, where should I go to get something to eat? You know what I mean? What's one of the best spots out here, man?
Is there any food restrictions?
Not for me. I don't know about this guy.
It's a lot of. I was gonna say it's a lot of vegan spots for you. A lot of vegan spots for you. But you can go to Zanzibar, Grill 55, Mama's Deli,
right?
Salamis. They got corned beef sandwiches.
So we could tell them Tiger sent us.
We could be like, yo, Tiger sent me.
Go to Yonder's Brunch.
Oh, that's a spot with your own sandwich, right?
Yeah, Yonder's Brunch.
Yeah, I'm here.
You go up there and tell them Tiger sent you. They're gonna take care of you. You know what I mean? But definitely, I feel like you definitely got to go to Yonder's, Grill 55, Zanzibar. That's mine.
Okay, well, once again, here we are.
Like that. My man like that. You already know. We'll be back in the field.
Let me get you real quick, Tiger.
Yeah, let's get a picture real quick, Tiger.
Let me get a picture real quick.
More.
There's a bomb right there. Appreciate it. I'm back.
What's good, Tiger? Good year, baby. Tiger, 17 and man. Listen, bro. First thing I wanted to ask you. You can get. You got what? Okay.
How you feeling, man?
Tell him I'm good with you, man. I was asking about you.
I'm gonna go with you. Apparently, Chris Manning said, these people, that's ridiculous. But,
I understand how that works, how you wouldn't. I felt like it
I don't look at it like I'm being overshadowed. You know what I mean? Me and Abdullah, like I'm real cool. I'm real tight with with the whole Mason family. You know, I'm not in competition with anybody from Cleveland. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna do my thing regardless. You know what I mean? I'm gonna shine, have fun, do my thing.
you know, Abdullah gonna do his thing. You feel me?
It was more about recognition, like actually, you know, because I noticed you know, a lot of people haven't really been giving you your credit. I think
I feel like, I feel like that's always been my whole life, though. You know what I mean? Like making it to the Olympics, that still wasn't good enough. People was trying to overshadow that, like, you know what I mean? Or me turning pro, you know, getting with top rank, and people try to, you know, not give me credit for that. You know what I mean? People don't want to give me credit for my resume. You know, the fights that you know, all the fights that I got on my resume. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Did you believe you should be ranked higher after beating Guerrero? He's a tough
for sure.
fighter,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. After this fight, I should be at least top 5.
Absolutely.
Top 5 for sure. But this ain't about nothing, man. Like I've been dealing with this my whole life, man. Like so, this man, I'm gonna just keep doing my thing, man. Like this, you know. Eventually, you know, everybody got to open their eyes and wake up one day. You see how long it took Terrence Crawford, you know what I mean? It took him to go undisputed twice for him to get his credit. He should have got his credit the first time he won undisputed. You know what I mean? So that's just how it go, man. You know, when it comes to you know, the politics, you know, they pick and choose who they want to favor, and they choose who they try to you know, throw in the back. You feel me? So
I got you.
This ain't nothing but this ain't doing nothing but adding to the fuel. You feel me?
You locked in, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ohioans on the card, man. It's gonna be lit. It's definitely gonna be lit, man. Tell them where to follow you, man.
Oh yeah, on all platforms. Tiger Johnson 216.
And let them know who runs boxing.
Oh yeah, Ohio One Boxing, man. You already know.
Peace, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
A few seconds, brother. All right, Chris with Boxing and Barbecue here with Tiger Johnson. Man, Cleveland hasn't had a world title fight since 1983, I believe, and now we got 2. How you feeling coming into Saturday night?
You said since 1983?
I believe the title fight in Cleveland.
Oh, in Cleveland?
Not Ohio, yeah.
Who was that?
I think it was, I'm forgetting who it was, a heavyweight.
Ali?
Nah, it wasn't Ali.
That was the last big fight, though.
You know what? Ali did come to Cleveland.
75?
Yeah, he came to Cleveland.
It was Michael Dokes and Jerry Coetzee.
Okay. Because I know Sugar Ray Robinson, he came to Cleveland too.
Okay.
But, damn, 83? I would have never guessed that. But, man, it feels amazing, man. You know, I feel like Cleveland is on the rise. You know what I mean? And I feel like after this card, we're gonna start having more big cards in Cleveland. You know, I think we're gonna turn Cleveland into a huge boxing event for like all promotions. You know, next thing you know, you're probably gonna see Golden Boy trying to come here, or you're gonna try to see Turkey come here one day or whatever. So we just lighting the torch, man. You feel me? And it's a hell of a card. It's a stacked card. We got Abdullah, me, Shushu, Scooter Davis. You know, Abdullah's little brothers. You know what I mean? So and it's on the 4th of July, so it's gonna be crazy.
Fireworks. So obviously you're training with Bo Mack. I also know you've sparred a little bit with Terrence Crawford in the past. Tell me what you've learned from both of them.
I learned a lot. You know, training with Bo Mack, I learned every day. Each day in training camp, you know, I'm learning more and more things, man. And you know, I can't wait to display, you know, how good camp went this Saturday. You know, each fight, you know, I get better and better. You know, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like your opponent Guerrero, he's good. He's 16-0. I think he has 9 knockouts, right? So do you kind of switch it up depending on like that power?
Nah, I still go in there and do my thing. You know, still gotta, you know, I mean, regardless of who you fighting, you still gotta be on your P's and Q's. You know what I mean? Make sure you know your defense is tight. You know, making sure you, you know, responsible, defensively and offensively responsible. So I'm gonna go in there and do my thing.
For sure. I have to ask because fans want to know. So after everything that happened at MSG a few months ago, you seem really locked in since then, you know? So does that change your preparation at all? Do you feel even like more anxious to get ready and get in the ring and put on the show because of that?
No, I feel like, you know, I just want to get my get back. That's all that's been, you know. That's all I just kind of that's all that was, you know, just getting my get back. So hopefully I get it, man. You know, either way, all the top guys that went to it gonna have to see me eventually. So hopefully we can get it.
For sure. Last word for the fans.
Appreciate all the love and support. Follow me on all platforms at Tiger Johnson 216.
Appreciate your time, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hold on, Tiger. Hold on. She want to go shit.
My bad.
Are you gonna ask Tiger Johnson some questions? Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.